G'day guys and welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to be speaking about the NRL's 2021 Elite Trading Cards. They were dominant in 2020, some fantastic cards. Personally one of my favourite, the Benji Marshall League sensation Tigers signature. Still got my Billy Slaters from last year. You can see that this year's is Darius Boyd. If you haven't seen this flyer, then here you go. Here is your first look. But in this video, I'm going to be speaking about the players that I think we'll be seeing in regards to the young guns, the signatures, the booklets, all you'll need to know. Now, these are just my predictions. These are not the official cards, but let's get into 2021 Elite.
Subscribe to Entertainer.
So guys, let's get straight into this. We have the black young gun on the right, which includes the signature. There will be two white young guns apparently. So let's go into my predictions. So for the Tigers, I've gone with Stefano Utoikamanu. Now, Stefano is in his second year of NRL. Obviously, he had some time with the Eels. Now at the West Tigers, he's been a fantastic young gun for the club. He's found himself in the Origin reserve, so I think there's no reason to not have a young gun of him. And I reckon he'll be the signed one. I think it'll be a little bit unlucky for Dane Laurie because I think he'll get the other young gun, but it will be unsigned. Moving on for the Titans, I think that their centre signing in Patrick Herbert will be the white young gun, and I'm going to take Jamal Fogarty. I think he's been a fantastic number 7, still really early days in his career, so he is a young gun for me, and I'm expecting him to be the signed one. As for the Canberra Raiders, I'm going to go with their backup hooker in Tom Starling. I think he will be the signature, and I think that this player definitely deserves a card. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't make it into the starting lineup because of just how regularly he's been involved in this team. But Sebastian Kris for the Canberra Raiders. As for Manly, as you can see, you've got Josh Schuster here on the right. Black young gun signature. It looks absolutely awesome, and I feel like the one that won't be the one that will be not signed might be Hamili Olikalatu. He's been fantastic. You could argue Paseka as well. Manly have had some really good young guns come through the club this year, but I just think these two players are the ones that we're going to see on those first set of cards. On the Warriors, I think Reece Walsh, and I think Sean O'Sullivan, with Reece Walsh being the signature for the club. I think he's had an outstanding season, and with plenty of time under the NRL, I think he might just get that signature. As for the Roosters, I think the unsigned one will be Sam Walker, which is very unfortunate. I've got a feeling that someone who's been in the starting lineup for quite a while now, I think it's going to be Fletcher Baker. I really think it should be Sam, but I think we're going to see a bit of a shock there. For the Knights, I think their hooker, Jaden Brayley, you could argue that he is a league sensation. I'm going to take him as a young gun. I'm going to take him as the signature. And I'm going to take Dominic Young, their star winger, as the unsigned one. For the Dragons, I've gone Tyrell Fuimianu to be signed and Cody Ramsey, who we saw get a rising star and obviously been very active on that wing position this year, to be an unsigned card. As for the Rabbitohs, I'm going with Tane Milne to be unsigned and Kian Kolomatangi to be our signed card. The Sharks, I'm going unsigned Teague Wilton with Connor Tracy to be the signed card. I think he's had an outstanding season and definitely deserves it. As for the Cowboys, it's an interesting one, but I think Hamiso Tibuao-Fido will be signed and Murray Talangi will be the other card, but he won't be. Moving on to the Penrith Panthers, I did struggle here, but I'm going to go with Matt Burton to be unsigned, and I think their backup hooker that filled in for Appy and has had a bit of game time all year, even when Appy's there via the bench. I'm going with Mitch Kenny. I think Mitch Kenny will be the signed young gun for the Penrith Panthers. Moving on to the Storm, I think you've got to have Nicho Hynes. The way he's been playing, he's just got his own fan base, signed a deal with the Sharks. I no doubt think the Storm will bring out a Nicho Hynes signature. And then the unsigned, I've gone with Cooper Johns. As for the Broncos, I've gone with Xavier Coates to be the signed young gun. I did have Tyson Gamble in there, but I guess Jordan Ricky's already there, so you can't go with that one. As for the Dogs, I've gone with Jake Averillo to be signed, maybe. I think he was the club hero. He's been great all year. And the young gun white to be Matt Dury. And I got to be honest, I struggled with the Eels. I went with Opacek, but he's had plenty of NRL time, so I'm going to say it's Nathaniel Roach, even though he's had the one game. But I think Nathaniel Roach will be it, and I think it will be signed. Well, let's move into the 2021 League Sensation signatures. Just like last year, we have this awesome team colours. I think it looks really nice so far. I'd have to see a card in person, though. The black looks okay, and I think the white has a really nice touch. So, as you can see revealed here, Tyrone Peachey is the Gold Coast Titans. For the Warriors, Peter Hiku, who was the signature in 2019, and Dane Gagai for the Rabbitohs. So these are the three that have been revealed. Last year for the Seagulls, we had Tom Trbojevic, and I'm predicting Jake Trbojevic, who was the 2019 Spotlight booklet, to be the league sensation signature. As for the Eels, I'm going to go with Junior Paulo. I know he had the traders last year, but I think just the fact he's been back on the Origin stage, been in some fantastic form, memorable season again, I'm taking Junior Paulo to be our league sensation signature. For the Raiders, he's had a lot of time out this year, so I'm going to go with Jared Croker. I think they would have had a lot of contact with him whilst he was out during the COVID situation, and also the whole with the bubble, and also the whole injury going on with him. So I think Jared Croker could be the Canberra Raiders one. As for the Knights, as much as I'd love to see anyone else, there's always a disappointing one. So sorry to Lachlan, but I'm going to go Lachlan Fitzgibbon here. Last year they had Tim Glasby. I hope they can step it up, but I think it will be a Lachlan Fitzgibbon, who has had a pretty good season for the most part in the back row for the Knights. Moving on to the West Tigers, I think Luke Brooks, the number 7. I think he's been okay this year, so I think Luke Brooks definitely could consider himself as a league sensation, especially for the club. The other choice I had was probably Luciani Leilua, but we'll wait and see. As for the Panthers, I'm going to go with their fullback in Dylan Edwards. I think Dylan Edwards had a card in 2016 or 17, but I think he might just get another one, as he's been great at the Panthers, and they already had Nathan Cleary last year. As for the Roosters, this would be a perfect time to give us a goodbye card for Brett Morris. I'd love to see a Brett Morris, but I've got a feeling that it could be another Origin rep here, and I think it might be Angus Crichton. I'm hopeful for a Brett Morris. Also hopeful for the Bulldogs in his second season as a Bulldog. Lots of time under the Super League over at St. Helens. I would love to see a Luke Thompson. Just like for the Raiders, it'd be cool to see a George Williams if they were able to do that, but a Luke Thompson for the Doggies would be nice. As for the Cowboys, I'm going to go with Reece Robson. I know he's still probably considered as a young gun, but I think that he might get the signature. It would be awesome to see a Jason Taumalolo though, wouldn't it? As for the Broncos, I'm going to go with Payne Haas here. I think that Payne Haas had a signature in the 2020 Traders, much like Junior Paulo, but I think that he will get one in the Elite Series. For the Sharks, I'm going to go with Matt Moylan. For the Dragons, I'm going to go with Tarek Sims, who previously did have a booklet in 2019. And it was tricky to think of the Storm, but I'm going to go with Jesse Bromwich. So a few double-ups from 2019 coming in my predictions, but this is what I think we'll see. And make sure you let me know below, but there's a few there that I'm hopeful for. Now, last year we had Billy Slater as kind of a main theme, and it would have been cool for them to go a New South Wales route, but they've gone with Queensland again, and they've gone with Darius Boyd. So you will have different variants of Darius Boyd. You will have a ball patch and a boot. I'm definitely keen to get the boot card. That would be sick. But I'll talk about the booklets. As you can see on the right, the Sevo has been revealed. And the kick out, I've got a question mark over it being revealed because it is the Spotlight. So I guess there'll be a kick out booklet as well, which will be really cool. As for the Cowboys, they will be getting one. I think it will be Jake Granville or Jordan McLean. Probably a lean towards Jake Granville, but it'll be an interesting one there. As for the Sharks, I'm going to go with their fullback. I'm going to go with Will Kennedy. I think that Will Kennedy may just sneak himself into getting a booklet, so his signature on the left-hand side, and then on the right will be a piece of his jersey. As for the Broncos, I wrote Payne Haas, but I'm going to go with Jermaine Asako because obviously Payne Haas being the signature, I don't think they'll double up on that. He'll definitely get one of these cards, guys, so get ready, Broncos fans. You're going to get a Payne Haas, I guarantee it, but we'll go with Jermaine Asako there. And for the Storm, I've got a really big feeling that last year's signature is going to be recontacted in regards to the jersey booklet. And I think the Melbourne Storm fans are going to be pretty happy with their booklet being a Cameron Munster booklet for the Storm. So Jake Granville for the Cowboys, Will Kennedy for the Sharks, Kickout and Sivo obviously revealed. For the Broncos, Jermaine Asako, and Melbourne Storm to get a Cameron Munster booklet. Let me know what card you are most looking forward to in the 2021 Elite season. There are some fantastic cards to come through. I can't wait to run some breaks, get some boxes myself. I'll try and not go overboard though, as I do now collect some Dexter and Smallville. Let me know what card videos you want to see on the channel. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Check out the link in the description for Drom Clothing, as they do sponsor the channel. And I will see you guys later.